Yes, thank you for your question on power. My idea for power for Lagos State is very simple. My idea for Lagos State is this. From day one, we go get into government. We are going to call a roundtable meeting with all the discos in Lagos State. We are going to tell them to show us their books. Let us see your books and let us see the investments that you have planned for Lagos. Because let me tell you something. Power is of national security. So we can't leave it to the discos. Any disco that is not ready to commit to government, that is ready to invest in creating power, which is of national security importance in Lagos State from day one, we will sit down with them. We will look at their books. We will scrutinize their books and see how we can come in. We're not saying we're taking their licenses from them. We are saying we want to come in to help you to achieve what we want for our people. I.e., where do you have a problem? Is it in the distribution? Is it in the transmission? Or is it in the generation? If you have problem with the generation, we know those in federal will work with us. If you have problem with the transmission, we know the power organizations, Sahara and Co, that will work with us. If it is in the distribution, what do we need to put in place? Lagos State will invest. So the discos will be part of a bigger thing. However, our first request will be that the prices become commercially viable to the hairdressers, to the barbers, to the vulcanizers, to the tailors, so that this will empower the artisans. This will empower the small-scale industries. This will empower the large-scale industries. Power is what industrializes a nation. And as such, it is of national importance. And that makes it a national security issue. And that is why we cannot just leave it to the private sector, because they can't fund it. Even if we are going to come in for funding, we can guarantee from IFC, we can guarantee from World Bank, we can guarantee funding for them. But we must get involved to get this power sector moving. Secondly, is the issue of housing. For housing, we cannot control, government cannot control landlords. It's a give. You can only control the process by which a landlord ejects. You cannot even control the process by which a landlord takes in a tenant. Or you cannot forcefully tell a landlord that he must take a tenant in. Or he must collect 1 year, or 2 years, or 3 years. You don't have that right. You don't have that space. Because if you don't follow what the landlord says, definitely the landlord will not give you the property. It's simple. And government cannot force him to give you his property. What can we do? What we can do is to create our own. It's just like the LSDPC we have. But the LSDPC is not functioning. Jakonde's buildings is all over the entire state. And people, human beings live there. Where is our own Jakonde housing estate? That's what we should be building. Government will definitely spill out low-cost housing. It has to be quite low, because at the end of the day, the income of our residents and the houses itself, there has to be some kind of balance whereby their income is able to pay for the rent. So the low-cost housing is something that we're going to take very seriously. In my first administration, I believe that there's nothing stopping us from putting up at least 10,000 low-cost buildings. And in the buildings, I am saying that we should have at least 12 dwelling homes in each building. So my figures can be off, But at the end of the day, we will be close to it. Again, is in the health sector. I'm just going to deal with those three. The first, I've already dealt with. The second being the housing. The third is in the health sector. The health sector is very important to us in Lagos State. We have close to about 25 million people in Lagos State. Out of this 25 million, close to 15 million are in abject poverty. Maybe 5 million middle class, which we cannot really pinpoint. 2 million, 3 million well-to-do, above middle class. High blood pressure, HIV, hepatitis B, malaria, cholera. These ailments are hampering our people and killing our people. If you go to Lasu in Ikeja, you will see what is wrong. People are dying of cerebral malaria. That is malaria being in your blood for too long and it hits your brain. Why? In a country where the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in his own wisdom, has released money, raw cash money, from FARC to Lagos State. And we cannot take this money, which was from fuel subsidy removal, and we cannot take a bunch of this money and sit down with pharmaceutical industries. ENGR is here. All the other FIPSI, Pfizer, Nimet, all of them are here in May and Baker, Glasgow. All of them are here in Lagos State. All we need to do is sit down with them and do a deal. You produce your drugs on this basis. How can you produce this much? All we want to do is flood the market. We want you to produce, increase your production by threefold. What do you need? What do you need? What do you need? What do you need? Orange drug, what do you need? We pump in money in there from the fuel subsidy. We pump in that money in there. And we tell them, you will now open government-appointed pharmacies in all the local governments in Lagos State, where by you producing a card showing that you are a bona fide worker, you don't need to work with government. Showing that you are a bona fide worker, you can be a cameraman, you can be a welder, you can be a carpenter, you can be anybody. Just a card registered with government showing that you work. That's all. You will be able to access 50% discount on all drugs that are produced or sold in those pharmaceutical industries. In the reverse, we will slash the tax of these pharmaceutical industries. We will request from government duty waivers for their raw materials, almost brought to zero. And many other things which I don't want to divulge here. That is how to bring the price of drug down. And once the price of drug is brought down, then child, I can't remember what you call it, but the death of children, the death of adults, the death rate and numbers will go down in Lagos State. So these are just three areas by which the Duarte Bello administration are going to follow, which I just want to bring out to you today, so that you know that we already know what we want to do in transportation, we know, in health, we know, in education, we know, in social amenities, we know, especially the interesting one is in the digital area and the AI advancement in Lagos State. That area, I would not divulge that yet. But these areas, housing, and all other areas of betterment of life, we will be the first administration to bring out the Ministry of Happiness. A lot of people don't understand what the Ministry of Happiness means. They don't know what happiness does to a people in a community or in a state. In China, I saw Ministry of Happiness. If you walk into Beijing airport, you will see Ministry of Happiness welcomes you to the People's Republic of China. Why? From what I have said, you will be able to know that the happiness of the residents and citizens of Lagos State will be the Duarte Bello concern. Thank you.